In today's video, we're going to take a look at square, because what we want to do in an uptrend is look at getting involved again in the direction of the trend with the help of the symmetrical projections of these prior swings. Okay, symmetry is essentially similarity or equality when comparing swings in the same direction, and you will notice that there are a lot of swings in the past that will be similar to other swings, and that's how or why we use those to project possible support. So what I've done here on the daily chart of square is take a bunch of these swings and then just project them from the most recent high, and then also I look for an overlap of other key price relationships. There are some retracements of prior swings, there are some extensions of prior swings, and I basically came up with two standout areas of support where I want to look for signals for new entries on the buy side. The first area comes in anywhere from 82.01 to 83.24. We're testing that now and holding it. If we do hold above that first support, your potential upside target would be the 1272 extension of the swing into this zone. So that means the potential is up to this 95.53 area. If we end up testing the lower zone instead, what would end up happening is, well, we'd also look and see if there's a buy trigger after testing and holding the zone, but then the target would need to be recalculated, because then the target would be calculated from the new low, and it would actually give us a higher extension at that point. So bottom line, at least a minimum target of 95.53, and then we'll see if it has to be recalculated. Now, has it triggered an entry yet? So let's look at the trigger charts. Actually, the 15-minute has not triggered an entry yet, and neither has the 30-minute chart. Now, it may have triggered for a day trade in today's session, but typically if it triggers for a day trade, you don't really want to keep it overnight, and it did trigger for a day trade. Bottom line, if you want to use the types of triggers I usually use for the swing trade entries, you are going to want to see the 834 EMA crossover on either the 15-minute chart, which is the more aggressive swing trade trigger chart, or the 30-minute chart. And also, what I do like about this particular setup is that we're clearly above the 200 and we're clearly above the 50 as far as the moving average, and I believe also the 5 at this point is still above the 13, so that's a positive. So let's see if we can start to see some buy signals against this support or this support, and if we do, place your initial stops either underneath the clusters or underneath the low that's made prior to your buy signal, and we'll go from there.